Hey, welcome. I'm Peter Martin, and welcome to my lesson. But I'm not doing the teaching today. I'm doing the learning. We're all going to be doing the learning because we have a very special guest teacher, and we're going to give it just a minute for the room to fill up as it works. I want to make sure everybody that wants to experience this can. And as always, please drop in the comments. I can see your comments here. Where you are in the world, how you're doing. Hopefully you're staying warm. I know a lot of folks are in some very cold places. I've got the full hoodie, the hat on. Actually, let me turn off. Oh no, I turned it off. Got the space heater going. We're trying to stay warm here. Very important. I don't need a teacher to tell me that, how important it is to stay warm for our hands to be able to play and all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, so today, this is the first time we've ever done this. I'm going to take a lesson with Helio Alves. This is, I think, the first time we've ever done, well, for sure, for me taking a lesson with anybody and doing it online and live with you guys. So I'm super excited about this. I'm a little bit nervous. I didn't get as much chance this morning to practice as I wanted to, but I got a little bit. And but it was a great reminder for me that whenever we go into a learning situation, be it a lesson, be it a workshop, be it a gig, be it a jam session. You know, these are all opportunities for us to learn, and it's very rare that we're going to go into them ever feeling 100% prepared. You know, and so part of the things that we can draw on as jazz musicians is that spirit of improvisation, that spirit of courage, and I think we can really be emboldened by the great Chick Corea, you know, who I know we've all been thinking about and talking about a lot recently since we lost him last week. And, you know, taking inspiration from his music, but really taking inspiration from his adventurous spirit. And, you know, as great as Chick Corea always sounded, and I heard him live so many times in recordings, and I'm sure many of you have as well, as great as he was, I can tell you he was not totally prepared for every performance. But he acted like he was totally prepared. He was very prepared as a musician and as a human and in terms of what he wanted to put out there. So don't feel like you have to be at the level of Chick Corea or Helio Alves or Herbie Hancock or anybody to feel like you can put your best self out there. And so that's kind of what I'm going to do today. So, wow, sounds like somebody's close by already. What we're going to do now is, if this is all working correctly, I think we can get rid of the huge logo for Open Studio Jazz. But as always, we are brought to you by Open Studio Jazz. We're going to talk about that some more as we go. But I would like to quite Allen Iverson of you. Oh, I guess the hat, yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to stay warm here, you know. Practice, we're talking about practice, exactly. Just seeing, what's up, Colleen? What's up, Blase, Gordon? Luke, good to see you guys here. So right now, I'd like to introduce a gentleman that I've known for quite a few years, and I've admired from close by and from afar. He's one of my favorite pianists of our generation, and we grew up about, I don't know, 7,000 miles apart or something. Helio is from Sao Paulo, Brazil. And, but I feel like we grew up together in a lot of ways because we listened to a lot of the same music. We had a lot of the same inspiration. And Chick Corea kind of being one of the main ones. And it just really speaks to, as I've gotten to know Helio even better over the last couple of years since he's come into the Open Studio family. You know, it's a funny thing with pianists because when we're on the road, we see each other in passing, but we're never on the same gig together. So it's kind of like the way it was with Chick Corea. I would see him, and when I was young, I was afraid to talk to him, and then I finally got up my courage and talked to him some, but you never really get that chance to hang like you do with the bass players and the drummers and the singers and all that. And so that's the way it was with Helio. I'd see him on the road, and we'd hang some. But getting the chance to really get to know him better and to interact with him as a musician and just as a person has been one of the joys for me with Open Studio. But Helio, like I say, he comes from Sao Paulo, Brazil, and he's played with everybody. He's been on the New York scene forever. He went to the Berklee College of Music. He was one of those, you know, great musicians coming out of South America, the select few that were handpicked to come up to Berklee. And then he's just been a leader on the New York jazz scene, not only as a Brazilian jazz pianist, but just as a jazz pianist, period, and played with everybody. And let's stop talking. Let's get the lesson going. This is Mr. Helio Alves.
Hi, hello, hi everybody, hi Peter. Hi, thank you.
What's up, Helio?
What's happening? Thank you for the introduction. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for doing this. And like I said, you know, I'm a little nervous because today this is we're still going to be friends, but not for the next hour. This is very much a teacher-student relationship because I want to get a lot out of this, and hopefully folks will get a lot out of it. So if you're cool with that, we're going to proceed like that.
Well, I'm a very tough teacher. Yeah, so I'm a very I'm disciplinary. But yeah, man, thank you. Yeah, thank you for the invitation, and this is such a great opportunity to get together with you, man. You know, online. That's and live.
Exactly. Yeah, we're gonna stick to online until we can come back together and get ready for that.
Exactly.
I was thinking, if it's cool with you, I know we talked about a couple different tunes. I'd love
Yeah.
to. I got questions for you, and I know other folks. And folks can feel free to drop your questions in. Rachel is watching. Is going to pick out a few kind of time allowed. We've really got an hour, so I want to maximize this. But for sure, drop your questions, and we'll get to a few of them later on, if that's cool. But I'd love to kind of play something for you first, and just get your sort of reaction. And I'll just preface it by saying that I'm always wanting to learn more about Brazilian music and approaches specifically to the piano and solo piano. And so, you know, I've been playing a lot of this music, but whatever direction you want to give me, I'm super open.
Sure. Yeah. All right.
Cool. So is it cool if of the ones we talked about, could I start with Triste?
Triste. Yeah,
Triste,
absolutely. Yeah. And Peter, I heard you about 40 times, I think. Like maybe I not the whole 48, but almost, so 48 concerts, but almost. So yeah. I mean, and I know you're playing for so long, so
you're ready to critique already? Maybe I can get out of playing then.
I have notes. Just
okay,
kidding.
good.
No, just suggestions. Yeah, but anyway.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play kind of short, and then feel free to stop me. I can hear you, I think.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Peter. Yeah, man. Sounded great.
So I try to do a little bit just an abbreviated version because I'm already thinking of like questions and stuff. But,
sure.
You know.
Yeah, man, you sounded so great. I have a few suggestions that I could make for you on just like different patterns that it might work well especially for that tune. You know, the I heard you play the song in A, Peter. That's why I was playing.
Oh, I'd rather do it there. I thought I was like, let me not. I'm so used to doing that with Diane Reeves. You know? So let me play it in an easier key.
No.
Yeah, we can do it wherever.
Anyway, I was like, what key is he playing? If he flat, yeah. No, anyway, doesn't matter. But you know, for the beginning, there's this one, the bossa nova. You know, this one is a bossa nova, but it's a little bit on the faster side, right? A little bit faster. So
Right.
there's this one of the patterns that is actually on the course that's there that works well for the most of the tune is this one, I actually have it right here. I copy my I made some notes for myself of the patterns that we talked about. Okay, so so that's definitely my course there. That's like it's a variation of the first, the bossa nova pattern is very it's a different one. It's much simpler. But this one is like closer to the samba, so that's where João Gilberto, the great João Gilberto, uses this one. Yeah, I mean, when you talk about bossa nova, you gotta talk about João Gilberto. He's the, his guitar is all the patterns that he played there, and so that's a good one to Peter. Maybe you can try this. So maybe for and then what happens? You can like. I mean, this quarter note that has to be there, sort of, yeah. And sometimes I go like this. So when I play the melody, right? I go. When the melody stop, I mean, when there's a rest in the melody or when the melody lands, that's when I play that. I mean, I'm thinking about the quarter notes and that pattern. So when the melody rests, I guess that's when you try to put that pattern in there. So
okay.
So check it out. So is this one? Is this So of course the quarter notes is always there. So the first one is anticipated already. So 1, 2, 1. And also
I'm a little late, but that's the latency of the internet. That's not my fault. I heard you snapping. I wanted to go there, but I was trying to.
No, I was gonna say it's very legato. It's very legato, and as opposed to samba that's very kind of more staccato. I mean, that was great, but
So this is also a little. Maybe I was playing it in general a little bit too fast, right?
No, you can. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
The tempo is okay.
It feels better here, though.
Sometimes I do this.
Like
the last 16. But the important thing is this quarter notes. That's there. So.
I noticed that you're not doing.
No.
You don't play that.
Yeah, that's not in this case. No, no. But but there's an interesting thing about the bass actually, because it's for the that's actually kind of important for the bossa nova, that you play the root mostly, not the fifth. Like, because if you go, then you go into the area of samba much more, because it sounds like bigger, dum, 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 And for bossa nova, you can actually play, if you just play the root, it's cool. And this is just like a little ornament, I guess, or. So Peter's maybe one way to do it would be like to go through the whole song, just playing the bass and the as my student, that's what I recommend you to do. Go home. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah. No, but you can go like like playing the whole tune like that, like.
Okay.
So Peter, so it's actually sorry to interrupt you. So the first one
please.
is so it's 1 2 1 2.
So
yeah. That was good. That was good. You change when you change to A minor. You change a little bit.
Well, I went back to playing it wrong. That's all. That was the only change. No, but this is like, I mean, this is an important thing. I would just say that, like, this, this is hard for me, like, to feel it in the, it's so close, but like I almost can feel like you said one, Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, of course, Peter, I'm putting you on the spot completely, like, because that would take.
I love it, man.
No, but that would take a long time just to figure that out, like, because it's polyrhythm, and like you said, it's very precise, like sort of like.
Yeah.
So it's like. If I play slow, right, so it'll be like.
It almost sounds like a 7 rhythm. Is the way I hear it. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1. Oh, sorry, it's messing up.
Maybe.
But it almost like it sounds like. Tell me if this is right. 3 4. Let's see. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3.
The thing is the first one is the downbeat.
Anticipated.
Yeah, anticipated. Yeah, the downbeat is.
So is it 1 2?
It's actually this figure here. So it's anyway, it's a 16, 8, 16, and 2 8s.
Tell me if this is right, but you gotta be
Yeah.
honest with me. Tell me if this is right.
Yeah.
3, 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that's it.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna add in your little note. See, I don't have that. I gotta build up to that.
But that's very good, very good.
I can do that part while you've got that. I know how to do that.
Maybe we can play together. Maybe we can do that.
Yeah, exactly.
So
was that right? Now you gotta be honest with me. You're a nice guy, Helio, because sometimes you'll be like, you know.
Yeah, Peter.
Was that the base? I mean, I know
it was all right.
stylistically. No, I know stylistically I don't have it, but was it the pattern?
The pattern was there. I think you're using the pedal a little bit. We're using a little bit of the pedal. Yeah. So maybe because it has to be like maybe a little. I mean, it's very legato, you know, but without using the pedal. So it's like
Okay.
So
So you're using no pedal?
no, I'm using no pedal.
Oh, see, that's
No,
the
like-
real deal right there. All right, let me try it, no pedal.
No, I'm thinking about a guitar. You know, I'm thinking a guitar. You know, because you have to think very much like you know.
See, I was thinking about a bottle of cachaça, but I'll think about the guitar. Maybe that was the problem I was having. See,
But no, but the hits you had in the perfect place is more like the intention of, you know, being a little more anyway, legato, I should say.
come on, no, I want it to be right, man. I don't want
Yeah.
to just be go through the motions. Let me try one more time, teacher,
Sure.
if it's okay. 1,
Sure.
2. No, this is gonna be no pedal. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that was good. It was good. You vary a little bit, but it was good. It was good. But
Okay.
but the touch was cool. And anyway, man, this takes like a long time to, you know, for anybody to, because it's to actually to grasp that just little bit of precision that it needs, you know.
Right.
And you know, and the other thing that I was thinking about for this tune is also this other one. This a little bit that's good for the solo, actually. It's also in my course there. It's like this. It's a neutral, and they call this one as a neutral one because it works with anything basically. It's like it's this. So and again, this one, you know, on both of those, I'm thinking, even though it's not a samba, I'm thinking of the accent on the 2 is always there. I'm thinking 2 4 more. So the first one is short, so it's like. So so it's an 8 note and a quarter note, like more or less. So and that works great for the solo, actually. You know, I'm jumping ahead a little bit. So be
Sure.
like. So you can work out like a pattern like. Anyway, it's a great one for the solo that is that one works with like basically anything, any kind of samba. That one works, like, you know, and this type of like syncopated, this kind of.
Well,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Were you doing like five and seven?
Yeah,
Okay.
5 and 7 is good, or anything that works. When you go down, you can go 10s if you can reach, 10 or. So I go, but that one and then, sort of like next level ish. You can like, again on the breaks of your solo, you can do the harder one on the left hand. But that one is kind of a hard one to do. So, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's all. That one is a little for soloing. It's a little bit too complicated sometimes. It gets.
Okay.
I mean, you can work it out, but this one.
Yeah, I was gonna do it, but I didn't want to. I was gonna play that when I played, but I didn't want it to be too complicated. I said, you know what? I'm gonna keep it simple, man.
Anyway, and another thing. Anyway. Peter, this is all notes I took like from hearing you for 40 weeks in
Yeah.
And at the end, if you want to do a groove at the end,
I like that.
And then you can do like the same thing, but like then go into a samba, more into a samba. So it'll be like, I do this thing that you play. So with the fifth, right? So you go A. It's also. So then I'm definitely in the samba. Yeah.
So that's straight samba there?
Yeah, every time, whenever you do like more, when you emphasize the fifth more like that, that's and you get like a little heavier, and also then it's more like a samba, even though the pattern is basically the same. But you can anyway, that's also a lot of information. But you can also try to do use the third, so the three and the third and the fifth. So and then
Just straight triad.
Yeah, straight triad. That's like. Yeah.
I have the beginning of it. I don't have the
Peter,
ending, but I got it.
you're a quick study, man. You're good. You're good.
No. So, question. And I think this might be a lot of, especially kind of American jazz musicians where we get a little bit like, when you, would you recommend not thinking about, oh, I'm playing bossa nova, oh, I'm playing samba? Is it just a matter because we sometimes we might feel like, oh, if this is a bossa nova, we have to stay with these rules. And if this is a samba, we there, Partido, alto, and we don't move in the same tune. But it sounds like you're saying, like you go to the vamp, you're coming out of more of a bossa nova and going into like more of a samba feel. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Is that legal? Is that legal?
It's legal. It's legal. But it's more like a matter of like the way that you play. You know what I mean? You might do the exact same thing, but like we did it. Very close together, like as opposed to. I mean, the attitude is different. Is a different vibe, and for the bass, as far as the bass, definitely that fifth down, makes a huge difference because the guitar is always playing the root like a lot when they even when they play different inversions and everything, but they're repeating that quarter is a quarter note that's always there. It's slightly strong. The second one is slightly stronger, just as the samba.
Okay, and even more than the fourth, so it's like doom, 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 or is the fourth also, or just the second?
No, the four also.
Four also. Okay.
Yeah, but it's not, but like you just saying that was great as a samba, but but before bossa, I'm kind of thinking about it, but I'm not really playing strong.
Gotcha.
Anyway, yeah, it's
No,
all
that's great.
yeah. So.
Well, this is great stuff.
I
man.
took notes, Peter. I took notes.
I'm taking notes now. It's like 4/3, and then the bossa versus samba at the end. No, this is great. Thank you. You have other things on that, or can I play another tune for you that I need help with as well?
Sure. Yeah. I guess that's it. Yeah. That's all the notes that I had.
Really? Okay. I
More
know
or
there's
less.
other stuff I was screwing up.
Well,
Come on, man.
no, I mean, let me see what else. Yeah, I mean that's it. That's basically a feel thing, Once you get more of that feel, and even for your solo, and that's something, Peter, that I even wanted to, on my next course next time, like the. Sorry. I mean, I'm always thinking about those patterns ish, when I am soloing and everything, and especially the surdo, that, because that's a huge one.
Yeah.
So the vibe comes out in the solo also, like more or less, but that's
Cool.
that's for another time.
Was I doing too much of and the other times you've heard me on this, am I going maybe a little too much in the play the head and then go into like a jazz? I never want to feel like I'm switching over to like a jazz solo, but I also just when I play this music, I just kind of try to hear the groove and then to play the improvisation how it best fits in there.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, no, man, you sound amazing, and the way you play the other tunes also, Partido alto. But maybe to do this kind of stuff for a couple of choruses and then go into that's my suggestion, Peter. That's my.
No, I try not to do that at least. I try not to at least do that, unless I really hear it.
I have a few other notes about your shows, but I'm just kidding.
Good. No, send them in an email. I need it.
No, it's been, this has been listening to you and us doing this this live together and everything made me think more about the solo piano playing, right? I mean, solo piano. This is all kind of stuff that I took it for granted ish, you know, because I'm always playing with these great drummers and great, you know, and I'm not thinking about that, and I try to translate, you know. Anyway, but listening to you every week, it's been a great thing just for me to think more about the solo piano, you know, solo piano thing, and the Brazilian music and solo piano. Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, this is hugely helpful, especially with I'm really trying to work on getting my bass line together.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
yeah.
Interesting things to play, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh sorry. One more thing. So that's something that doesn't come easy. You know, you can like stay for a while on that. You know, and do this like. Even one chord, and then try different things on your right hand. You know what I mean? But it's this would take like a long time to do this.
Well, I just want to make sure people see what you were just doing, because it sounded like he was using two hands, but you were using one hand.
Yeah. So I'm doing that same groove, but with one hand, right? So then I can start doing like maybe practicing, like to have a way of practicing that, like. You know what I mean? Like organize yourself in a way that you know, to keep this automatic, you know. And it takes a lot. And the same thing with the other one. A lot of syncopated stuff that works well with that stuff. Anyway,
this is something I'm so interested in. I would just tell folks, if you're interested in this too, I always feel like the great thing about jazz music is that we come together with all these different influences, of course. The music, of course, is coming out of the Black American musical experience, but then you've got the Cuban thing, you've got the Brazilian, you've got the classical, all these different things that go in there. But right. I love like meeting different musicians, and it's amazing how much the same we are because we listen to Chick Corea, Return to Forever or whatever. But also, there's certain things that I've noticed with really good Brazilian musicians, like you guys will go into a groove, and the expectation, the assumption is that no one's gonna break. It's you know what I mean? It's like there's just an assumption that the groove is gonna be there. That's not always there with musicians from different places. And that's something that I think, let me ask you, is that something that you guys worked on? Or like with this kind of thing where you're doing specific things, or is it just something that you're coming up doing that and there's a pressure because everybody can do it?
No, it's just that when something sounds wrong, it sounds wrong. You know what I mean? That's like no, I mean I
know, but I'm saying a lot of places people just keep playing it wrong. I'm saying y'all don't really, at least rhythmically, that's not really. I mean, maybe there's a bunch of sad Brazilian musicians I don't know about, and they're.
I played in when I used to live in Bossa. I played in some salsa bands, some like Cuban, Afro-Cuban stuff. And I'm not a specialist, like I can kind of get away with stuff,
Yeah.
And it's complicated, They have their own things, and it's amazing stuff, the montunos and on different claves and everything. And I just remember, and I knew a few things, I was kind of like a student, And I played, and everything was fine. Every once in a while I changed and I did something different, and the whole band like did what? Like I was crossing a clave that was just supposed to. It was a terrible thing I did.
So you basically you spoke Portuguese in a clave instead of Spanish.
I ordered a caipirinha And I was like, why? Why now? Why specifically now? Do you know what I mean? But it's interesting to know, like, specifically, like, where, you know, the deeper you go into it, you know, the more you know when you're crossing the line. When sometimes it's okay, but sometimes it's kind of not okay. You have to sound authentic or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Cool.
it was usually
Well,
the percussion players. They look at me like, you know, they're like 4 percussion players. They all look.
I know,
they,
right?
They turn to me like,
already,
what?
We're already outnumbered, man. It's like one keyboard for 4 percussionists in Afro-Cuban.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, this is for sure. I'm gonna be practicing this. Next time I see you, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I already messed it up.
Yeah.
See,
That was
but
good,
I
that was
heard
good.
it at least. I heard it.
Yeah.
4. Ooh, that's hard. Is that right
Man.
though? Am I kind
Yeah,
of
that
right?
was good. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Let me see if I can, just so everybody doesn't think I'm cheating here. See, look, 3, 4.
Yeah, man, that's it.
Okay. Now, what
Yeah.
I don't have is the vibe that can you just play it one more time so people can
Sure.
hear
Sure.
the right
Sure,
vibe?
sure.
Because I'm going to get the right vibe. That's the phrasing.
You know, they hit together once, just once, and there's this to a side. So that's, you know, more or less. It's a precise, you know. Anyway.
That's awesome. I'm telling you, next time I see you, man, you're gonna. Whoa! You got 15% better. No, but I'll just say for everybody, you know, like this kind of stuff, and I know somebody said in the comments it's in the blood. Yes,
No.
up to a point, but I think that it's also like let's not discount. You know, sometimes I think when you learn things when you're young, and by the time people hear you that you've kind of mastered something, like say with you, Helio, it seems like you've always had it, but I'm sure this was something that was practiced and acquired.
No, of course. I mean, you know, you do it with the metronome, you do it slowly, and do that for, you know, for a long time. Do a little bit every day, or, you know, when you're practicing, do like 15 minutes a day or whatever, and eventually we'll get there, you know, because there's like a space in there that needs to be precise, and that's the problem.
Were you saying the place where it comes together, if I'm hearing it right, is it?
Yeah.
Like that second of the second grouping or whatever?
Yeah.
I hear that.
Because yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, you know, the 2 is very important always, you know, and the Brazilian, but the 1 is important too. It's like this ba 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 ba. You know, the quarter notes. So that's why.
Yeah.
So that's why when you hit together. And of course, like. Yeah, man. That's it. Yeah.
You know what's important though, and I think for everything, man, it's such a thank you, and it's such a great reminder. The first step, I don't have it yet. I know that Elio's being nice because we're friends, but I can tell. But
No, but it's been 15 minutes. I mean, how long is
I know. No, I've got some of it. But the most important thing for progress, and this has nothing to do with Brazilian, American blues, or anything, any progress with this instrument. This is a hard instrument. Let's be honest here. The piano is such a, I mean, it's our favorite. We know it's the best. There's no guitar.
It's the best. It's the best. Yeah, don't tell anybody. Yeah.
But the next level, like you have to get something, but in order to really master it, you have to be able to hear where you're falling short. Like, so that's the period I'm in now. Like, I can hear the difference between the way you're playing it. I can't quite do, I mean, I can play the basic rhythm now, but now I'm listening to the articulation, to the phrasing, and I don't have that yet. But I also know that I can't, even if I practice for 4 more hours today just on this, it's going to take, like you said, 15 minutes tomorrow, and then all of a sudden it'll start to grow into that. We have to give it, we have to let it marinate. We have to let it grow on us. But we have to hear it first.
Exactly. If you did for 4 hours today, you might get somewhere, but it might not get as you're not going to play as well if you did 20 minutes a day for a week, you know, whatever.
But I always like the idea, and I think, Helio, for you and I, and, you know, just different pianists that have been playing a long time, we forget this, but I encourage everybody that's studying, is like embrace failure, because that means you're hearing, like the worst is when you're playing wrong and you can't hear it and you think you're great. That's not good. But if you're playing and you know, you're like, it's not quite there, it's frustrating, but when you know that that's part of the journey to getting right, it's because you can hear it. Like, you can never play something correctly until you can hear it. Now, I still have just technical limitations from being able to do it, but I can hear it, so at least I know where I'm going now.
And a cool thing to do that I'm finding out more and more, as you know, as this pandemic goes on, is like you record yourself, right? Like you can, it's so easy to record yourself. You can get your phone and just press record and listen to yourself.
That doesn't lie.
Exactly. That doesn't lie. That is not like a great gig that you had. No, is there. You know, it's there. Yeah. So you can practice, then record yourself, and then go back and listen. Oh, wait a minute, that wasn't as good as I thought. You know, whatever. You know. Anyway, so.
And you know, another tip I would just say for folks, a lot of people are like, oh, you got this great piano in this great room, which is fantastic. But I can't wait to practice this at home on my out-of-tune piano in a bad room that's dry, like, because it's so much reverb in here. This makes everything sound, I can just be like, and it sounds incredible. This is not a good place to practice. It's like if you look in a mirror that has lights and you look at your face close up, that's the reality, as opposed to looking at, like, you know, perfect Hollywood lighting. And so it's important to not practice with a lot of reverb and a great sound sometimes.
Well, you have the Bossendorfer, I have the U1, my little U1 here, the Yamaha.
That's why you can do this better than me. See?
But
that's great.
But it sounds great. Yeah, man.
Should we take a question from folks? We could maybe throw one in here. If Rachel Morgan's on here and she sees a good question, she wants to maybe even put up on the screen. Oh, look, there it is. I'm going to come over here so I can see it. And look, no obligation, Ellie. If you don't like the question, we throw it out. Can you see it there? Can you talk about the difference between Partido alto and samba?
Was that a question from Romero Lubambo?
He needs it. He needs it badly.
If that was, we should spend a lot of time now. No, just kidding.
Oh, it is from Romero. I didn't see that. That's so funny.
I think I saw his name there somewhere.
No, it is. And so I think that this is important because whenever I'm never sure what Romero's playing because everything sounds like a samba to me. So maybe he really doesn't know the difference and needs you to explain it to him. See? Go ahead.
So, all right. So, okay, Partido Alto, right? And that was one of the tunes that we're talking about, right, Peter? That you like to play. And so Partido Alto is a samba. So it's like a groove. It's part of the samba family, and it's like a one of the grooves that people play. And that cool bass line of that tune throws everybody off because it's such a cool line and the pattern starts on this weird place. It starts on an offbeat. So I think I even wrote some. No, I didn't. I thought I wrote some
I have your worksheet too, and I'll just tell folks, when you check out Elliot's course, he has a great, very simple. This will drive you crazy though, because I've looked at this and I'm like, I gotta just hear it. But then when you need that visual thing, and this is part of the course, it's a really cool thing. And you just have the rhythmic pattern, the two different versions.
So if I played, the way I played in there was like, because I did this very cool bass line from that song that's like. Okay, so that's cool with that. It was Azimuth with his band, and Aito recorded that with that song, Partido Alto. It's like a song by Aito. Yeah, but the pattern is actually this. So it's like. Exactly. Which fits into this. Yeah. But check it out. It's actually the same principle, because you go like. I'm just doing the same bass line as. Yeah, the same bass line as I did before. It's just a samba, straight samba, like. So it's like it's basically 1, 2, it's the same thing. So it's yeah. So that's a great one, Peter, for you to practice for next week.
Okay.
So basically the pattern, right? So once you understand this pattern, which is the pattern, the Partido Alto pattern, then it's easier-ish, And then another bass line that. It's actually. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. And that's more specific. I mean, again, I want to say that this is more specific for this song, this bass line and kind of. But Partido Alto is like, João Bosco plays a lot of this. João Bosco, the great João Bosco, that's it's just it never goes into that bass line. It's a straight samba. Yeah. So. No, I'm sorry. So it's like. So this one is very short. Peter, maybe a little short. Sorry, maybe a little shorter. The first one. So the first one is a little shorter, and then the second one is it's not staccato, but shorter. Left hand like. You see, like. No, shorter than that. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Shorter. Sorry. Almost. Yeah, man. Yeah, so killing. Yeah. So it's a little more staccato. Just the only thing I would fix in that was just the staccato. It's a little bit more staccato.
On the G?
The G, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I have excuse.
Yeah.
I have excuse, teacher.
Oh.
Because it's so dry and it got cold in here.
Yeah.
We're working on some regulate. Like that's really staccato. You hear the ring?
Yeah.
But here, starting in this range, it's ringing.
Yeah.
There's no pedal.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. No, I heard it right away. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I have excuse, everybody.
You were excused.
But you know what's important is still I have to control it better. Even so, that means it has to be even shorter to get the sound. Because that's what it's about is getting that sound. It doesn't matter what equipment you have.
You know, because it's all about the percussion. That's like those are two different percussion instruments, like a small and a big one of you know, for the bass drum. So tum, 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 you know, that tum, tum. And that fifth, that gives actually,
I can tell you, just practicing the left hand, I could already hear. I'm looking forward to doing that because my tendency, like all this stuff, is like let me add in the right hand, but that's really about covering up. Like we have to be able to groove with just. I mean, it's just like any kind of, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, just on its own, sometimes we add in to try to cover it up.
Yeah, I you know, for the solo, I was working on the. Stop there.
Yeah.
And then, Peter.
Yeah.
My suggestion to you. So on the bridge.
Yeah.
You can play a straight samba, like a different groove in there, because otherwise it sounds too much. So when you go. You can use that.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So now I tried to combine.
Yeah.
See, I'm getting ahead of myself.
But those kind of like the three bass lines that I like to do. This. Or for some reason that it's on the recording and it. And then when it goes to the bridge, it's so nice. Or. Yeah, man.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man.
I gotta practice a little bit.
And the three zones, right? The three zones work well there. You know, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like you know, like the groove. You can still do the bass line with your left hand, but then you know, your top part you play the melody here and then do a groove with your middle fingers, you know.
And then you
there.
pull out the other hand from underneath here for the third hand. That's all we need, see?
Then the other guy comes. Yeah. Yeah, man. So
right.
yeah, that's one of my favorite tunes. I mean, I've been playing that one. Yeah, that's like very cool. Very cool.
And I mean, so the answer to the question from Romero, then you're saying, so a Partido alto is just a particular, a very specific subset of, it's still a samba, but it's its own kind.
It's its own kind. Yeah, exactly. It's on the samba family.
Samba family.
And, groove inside there, and that anticipation right in the beginning, gets a lot of people very confused. You know, actually, by the way, because sometimes people count and they start on one, they start on the second half of the beat, of the pattern, ta 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 ta. So anyway, there's a bunch of ways that gets confusing sometimes. But all it is just this ta ta. It's just, you know, once you understand the surdo, the function of the surdo, then is you know, it's piece of cake-ish.
Oh yeah, of course. After many hundreds of hours on that. Awesome, man. Well, thank you.
Thank you
for that. That I'm feeling like, you know, is moving along. Could I do a little, you know, of course we hit Jobim already, but I love Photographia so much, the song.
Yes.
And I feel like I feel a little bit lost in it because it's like, to me, that like several other Jobim songs, they're so beautiful. I mean, even without the lyrics. With the lyrics, it's like next level, you know. But the melodies and the harmonic movement are so beautifully,
Yeah.
you know, connected that you can just sort of play them. But I always feel like I'm just kind of, I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit drifting and just playing like a little bit like of a nebulous ballad feel over it, you know?
Right. Uh, but I mean, there's so many ways of playing that one because it's such a cool ballad and cool bossa, and of course you have the problem that you're playing with Romero all the time, so that's
Well, yeah,
another.
and he's just so thick in here. I have to go, you know. That's like all I have space is out here, man. He's really taking it.
So yeah, so man, that one is definitely can be done in a lot of different ways, you know, and like you can have like a double time feel also for samba, or you can do it as a straight bossa, you know. So like anyway, but you can go, you know, the bossa pattern that like that. Yeah. So that's the first bossa pattern. So and then there's another one that's very simple patterns, but they work really well. So it's like the next one is sort of it's the same thing but anticipates to the next bar. So it's like. And again, I'm already putting on the left hand, like I'm trying to imagine how I'm gonna play the melody.
Yeah.
You know, but you can play, you know, if you're accompanying somebody like. Usually you can alternate between playing on the beat and anticipating, you know. So it'll be like, But usually, you know, so I go like sort of. I'm basically using like just those two, you know, yeah, two patterns, bossa nova patterns.
All right, let me just make sure I have them.
Sure. No. So Peter, let's do the first one first. So maybe we can do like. Is yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Got it.
So the next thing will be like this, like. So Peter, it's basically the same thing, like but anticipated. So like. So I'm gonna play one time. Yeah, that was, so I'm gonna alternate between the two of them. So it'll be like so big. Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Now
No,
it's
but-
in my head. It's
Oh,
in my
so
head
just
too
do
much.
do with one, just one. This like you can play the whole song like that. So be like.
Okay. That's it.
Yeah.
Woo! Man, that's.
Yeah, man.
I feel like I'm like walking with a string around my foot that's pulling back, but it's great. I mean, like, again, man, I can feel where it should be, but I'm not there.
But my man, Peter, you
I don't know
doing?
if folks can see it, but I mean, it's just like. It's
Yeah,
simple,
man.
but to do it right and to put it with this, it's like doing this, you know.
So I mean, the only thing I can say is just like practice a lot, you know, and maybe with some figures on your right hand, you know. It's like simple, like a major scale.
See, that's hard.
Like just quarter notes.
See.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not easy for me.
Yeah,
It's
man.
Not easy.
You don't need. Peter, you don't even have to do the whole scale. Maybe like. Just like 5 notes, and then try different combinations after that, you know.
Why you gotta start me on the baby scale? I can't go all the way up to the octave, man. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready. First grade.
No.
Grade. I got you.
No,
I got you.
no. I mean, man, it's more.
No, you're right. That's right. I gotta put the,
Five fingers.
I gotta put the training wheels on. 4 wheels, not 2 wheels.
Peter. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Maybe I should also practice in the second hour. But this is the thing for me. This is not about the note. I mean, the notes. It's or the yeah.
no,
like
it's not about no. Again, you're playing quarter notes in your right hand, and you're playing, you know, and actually together with your pinky on your left hand, and there's all kinds of stuff going on. So you start realizing where everything fits. So you go like, oh man, you know, it's Yeah, man. Yeah, and then you know different figures from something else that you can, you know, figure out after that. 8 notes and then maybe 16 notes, and you know, and some triplets or you know. But I mean, it's just suggestions for people to practice, you know, and then then do the same thing with the other one, like the.
Oh yeah.
anyway, I just messed up there a little bit, but you know what I mean. It's like it's not as easy as it sounds. You know, took
Absolutely.
João Gilberto a few years to figure that out,
But you know what? This speaks to a very important point
Yeah.
for all of us, and that is no matter what we all have our thing that we can do, and it's and you know the rating is like baby to Chick Corea. You could maybe look at that as the range, you know.
Yeah.
Chick Corea, Herbie Hancock, Thelonious Monk, Joe Beam. You know, I mean, obviously there's a range, but we all have something important to say. But I think in order to continue to grow as a musician, you know, we have to stretch ourselves, and stretching ourselves does not always mean blue, because you know, I like a lot of things that I can play like this are easier. You know, going crazy is easier
Right.
than doing this. You know, because this is a specific
Right.
thing, and like we want to play the things that we're in the habit of and that we can have mastered. But let's spend some time on the things that are hard, that are uncomfortable. Let's embrace the discomfort. I'm excited, man. I'm super excited.
I'm glad, man.
I'm gonna be doing this at home on that out-of-tune piano. My family's gonna go crazy. They can't kick me out because it's a pandemic, so there's nowhere to go.
On João Gilberto's book, you know, supposedly he did that so for so long that his cat like was thinking about jumping off the window. He's like, oh my God.
That's great.
Yeah. Or you know, some stories say that he actually jumped, but that's just a rumor. But he was no, because that specific cell right there, that's just like it's so simple, but it's like, you know, all he heard before was samba, you know, the heavy duty, but he condensed everything into that, you know, and played on the guitar, and everybody was, oh my God, you know, and it takes care of a lot of the, you know, it's the bossa nova, you know, anyways. The genius of João Gilberto.
That's so great. So
Cool,
I just
man.
want to tell folks, in case some folks have to jump off, and we're going to wrap it up soon because I don't want to take my teacher's time too much, because he has a very important event he's doing tonight. Did you know this?
Yes, I did. Yes, guys, 8 o'clock tonight, 8 p.m.
8 o'clock Eastern time, New York City time, Romero Lubambo and Helio Alves. And then your special guest is Mauro Sinise, right?
Mauro Sinise, yeah. Saxophone players. He's going to be
He's
there.
going to be joining live, right?
Yes, he's going to be joining live from Brazil. And we're going to be playing an album called Sanfona by the great Egberto Gismonti. And Mauro is on the album. He's featured on the album. And it has some classics, including Loro, that we love to play all the time. Yeah.
We're gonna do that in my next lesson. Not today. The next lesson. I got questions. You notice I haven't played this on a Friday night yet.
That's a bio.
I need more practice. Yeah. But that's tonight, 8 o'clock, and so I would invite everybody. I'm gonna be there, and if you want to hear, you know, three just master musicians talking about a Brazilian classic record, one of which is on the record. Tune in for that. We always have fun at the listening sessions, so I don't want to make you too. That's good. You're having coffee, so you're getting ready.
I'm having coffee. Yeah. Peter, I took your guys' idea, you know, and I just thought it was so great, and I'm wearing your shirt too, the Peter.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because you guys had the listening session that you're doing, and I was like, man, that's so cool, and you know, and a good opportunity to also connect with some old friends and stuff. We had some great people. We had Ayrton.
I know that was a lot of people miss that. And I was like, you know, and then you know you got to be there live, because sometimes we get blocked. Like last night, I knew that was going to happen because we played some of the Chick Corea's music on ECM, so the video can get. I can't even talk about it. My lawyers won't even let me talk about it. So let me shut up. But yeah, no, it's a great way to connect. And I just want to thank you, Helio, because this was a very selfish event for me. But it was also something that I know folks got a lot out of, and I'm going to go back and be reviewing this. But it was just a selfish thing for me, because I want to embrace this time, just like it's a fun time to listen to music together and connect and stuff, but also to learn and to fill in. Because, you know, when we're on the road hanging out, having a beer in Istanbul like we did, asking you about the left-hand rhythms, man, you slap me in the face, like, shut up, man. We're here hanging out, man.
Yes, pass the wine, man. What are you talking about, Gru? Yeah,
You know, the one advantage of the pandemic is like I can get everybody's attention. Like I can call you and I know you're at home and like, can you, and then you're trapped to give me a lesson. So you know.
Hey, Peter, check your mic.
Oh, my mic. Sorry.
I couldn't hear very well for a second.
You know what? The battery might be going down. Oh, the battery's going. Let me replace that. Why don't you tell
Oh,
some
no.
folks what they need to practice?
I can hear you now. I can hear you now, more or less.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but yeah, guys. So that's it. I mean, that's just like, you know, a couple of grooves that we worked on. We can do this again some other time. And if Peter practices, I don't know if he's gonna practice, but if I'm gonna be checking in, and if he practices, we can move on. You know, we can move on until we get the basics. But anyway, some of this stuff, you know, sounds so simple, especially that bossa nova, and it's on my course actually. There, those two patterns that we're working on, and it seems so simple, but that's the beauty of it. And it's simple, but it's a very complex at the same time, and it's worth, you know, working in the right hand, left hand, and then just left hand. It's good to you know, to practice that for hours and hours, especially now the pandemic. That
Exactly. You got no excuse. Can you hear me again now?
I can hear you. I can hear
You can.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just changed the battery. We're very professional here, man.
Cool.
We use the batteries. We're
Well, I
saving energy, so we have to use the batteries all the way to the end.
I have this dorky looking headphones. Sorry. Yeah,
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
So, so Brazilian Jazz Piano is Helio's course, and I would just say, I don't know if there's a link down here below. You can pick up the course, but you can also, those of you that aren't members, we have a wonderful community at Open Studio, and when you see us here on YouTube, and you're always welcome wherever. But we have the Piano Access Pass, and we're running a limited time trial on that. Totally free. Totally free. Don't worry, Helio. We're still going to get paid. We'll talk about that later. Don't worry. We got to figure that out.
Come on, man.
No, but the idea is with the trial, and I can't remember if it's 7 days or 14 days. Anyway, there's a link below, but it's totally like no credit card, none of that. It's just
it's free. It's free.
It's free. But this is the Piano Access Pass, and Helio, I don't even know if you know about this. This is access to Brazilian Jazz Piano, which is your course, but also Jeffrey Keezer's 3 courses now. All of my courses. Yeah. It's like every piano course, and then it's also going to be access to our new, well, I can't even talk about it, but we have this OS Pro that's coming up soon, which is going to be like even more community and immersive. But the Piano Access Pass, you can come on as a trial just to make sure it's right for you. And if you want, just come on and just check out Helio's course, totally free. And then if you like it, you can stay on. And it's a really good way to kind of sample things, you know, to make sure that this is.
Oh, that's great.
You're gonna want to stay, but you know.
Yeah.
But for you, Helio, you don't have to do that. We sent you the login. This is not for you. This is not for you.
Thank you.
Do we have time for? Can we maybe have one question, Rachel? I know we're a little bit over, but we're gonna. I know I said we'd do more questions, and we only had the one. Can we throw up? There we go. I got to move closer to read this. Can you see it, Helio? Brazilian song sometimes has minor 2-5-1. Then 1 is the major chord. Could you show me some phrases for that case? Ooh.
Oh, man.
That sounds like you're going to be answering that one.
Peter. So, I don't know. Let me see. Minor going to a major. That's true.
Yeah.
Peter, what do you think, man? It's just.
Is he talking about like that kind of? Yeah. I mean, to me, and I don't know.
I don't know. There's not a specific.
It's
rule,
no different.
right?
Like, it's no different. I mean, for Brazil, I don't know. You can tell me, but to me, that's always an advantage because there's a little bit more dramatic thing built into it. Because you know, if it's if you're going 2-5 like to C major and you just stay diatonic. Everything is kind of the same C major scale, but if you've got... Then once you finally get there, it's like, and you can sort of lean into that as opposed to having to manufacture it.
Right, and usually, and also, actually, I'm thinking like that usually sometimes comes to, of course, it's a major, and then usually comes with some kind of change in the groove, right? So you all of a sudden you might be playing like even heavier samba when you get to the majors, right?
Yeah.
So you'll be. Do you know what I mean? Like you come to this. There's a lot of songs like that you know when you go to the major, that's a different section of the song, and you might be into a sort of like playing like a lot of this. You know, like a heavier because you know you're onto the major. So anyway, that to me implies a change in groove, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's always like when we use our ears to really hear those different elements. You've got the harmonic element, which of course is the difference between, you know, as opposed to.
Yeah.
And so it's as we're practicing, like listen to what that is. But then, as you said too, like with the phrasing and with the rhythm of it coming to like a, you know, and dynamic, like all these elements work together. So just because you have a good phrase that works harmonically over that, if it's not connected with the rhythm and the phrasing and the weight and the dynamics of the moment, it may not work.
Exactly, and like we're talking about, there are different grooves in the samba. You know, just because you're playing a samba doesn't mean that, you know, there's a lot of different patterns and things that go on. Partido alto or that can be happening, and then you go to a more straight samba with a different groove. And usually, I know those songs. You know, a lot of them are songwriter songs. Like when they get to the majors, like, you know, it's a big moment, and coming from the minor for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's just heavier. Yeah.
Cool. Well, look, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Helio Alves. Let's all give it up for Helio. I hear claps from around the land. Thank you, teacher. The check is in the mail, as they say.
Thank you, student. Practice, man. There will be a required sheet. You know, you have to fill out.
Test.
No, just test.
Well, maybe in like a month or so we could get back together and I can show you my progress. Yeah, I need that pressure on me to do that. So I know folks would love that. Yeah. And so, okay, we'll do more of these if you guys like it. Let us know. Check out the Piano Access Pass when you get a chance. Tonight, 8 p.m., Helio and Romero and Mauro right here on this channel. So if you like these kind of videos, just go ahead and subscribe. It's free. Just press the subscribe button, press the like button if you enjoy this. And until next time. Oh, can you teach me just a little bit of Portuguese since we're here? How do we say goodbye?
Tchau. Até a próxima. Until next time.
Até o próximo.
Até a próxima.
Até
a próxima.
Até a próxima.
Good.
So bad.
Próxima.
I'm going to practice that too.
Thanks,
guys. Thanks, Helio.
Thank you,
See
Peter.
you guys later.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, wait. Well, tonight, tune in tonight because they're going to hear about, on Saturday too, I don't know, you're not going to be part of this, but it's a great show. Romero Lubambo, Anat Cohen, and Marcelo coming straight. We're doing a Two Continents concert. Make sure to check that out, 7 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday night, same channel.
Yeah. Absolutely. Check it out. Amazing.
That's right.
Yeah. I'll be there. All right, good.
Peace,
and
everybody.
Friday, and your show on Friday, man. Your show, of course, tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, we got stuff we got to talk. Yeah, we got the show Friday. And also tomorrow, we're doing a masterclass with Billy Childs at 1 p.m. Eastern. This is for Open Studio members only. But look, if you want to come in on the free trial, that'll get you an Open Studio membership. So I would jump on that tomorrow.
You know what
this is live. We did this a couple months ago with Billy Childs, and people loved it. They loved it so much they asked for him to come back ahead of a bunch of other people we're going to have. So it's going to be a really special thing, talking about composition, talking about piano playing. 1 o'clock tomorrow for Open Studio members only. So there you go.
Cool.
I did all my promos. I was late, but I did them.
You're the man. All right.
Ciao, everybody.
Ciao.
Até próximo.
Até a próxima.
Até a próxima.
See you. Bye. Ciao.